If you guys want Dallas Cowboys videos every single day, then all you have to do is subscribe right now to the Dallas Cowboys Report. Oh, by the way, it's actually free as well. If that's something you want, which I think it is, hit that big red button right now. This is the Cowboys Report. I am Tom Downey, here to break down the latest Cowboys rumors and news heading into Week 1 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Could Zack Martin actually play Week 1 for the Cowboys? I'm saying there's a chance. 1 star on this one after Mike McCarthy had initially ruled out Zack Martin in terms of playing Week 1 against the Buccaneers. Dr. Jerry Jones says not so fast, my friends. Now, Martin tested positive for COVID on Saturday. That does leave the possibility of him being cleared in time for Week 1 against the Bucs. Here's what the Cowboys and Martin need to have this happen. He needs 2 negative COVID tests 24 hours apart. It is a shorter time frame to return because Zack Martin is vaccinated. The Cowboys right now have a contingency plan for Martin and others like Brandon Knight, Noah Brown, to fly down on game day in the event that they get cleared to return. That still remains up in the air, and given the timing for Zack Martin, would be a little bit unlikely. But here's what Dr. Jerry had to say. Quote, "You can tell I'm talking myself into it, because this is unfortunate. He's working real hard. I'm still the guy that wants it. He's going to be tested right up until game time. Maybe we can get a couple of negative tests out of him. I'm always looking for that pony in there somewhere." I have no idea what that means. Don't hold out for that. Don't hold out for that. I don't know what he's looking for, the pony in there somewhere. Is he talking about betting on the ponies? Like, that's kind of the vibe I get. I'm not really sure. I think that last part of don't hold out means, hey, you got to make sure your backup plan is good to go. And for the Cowboys, with Brandon Knight also a close contact, which means he's not vaccinated yet, that means Connor McGovern is going to be the man in line to replace Zack Martin in the event he cannot go against the Buccaneers. Make no mistake, I like Connor McGovern. I think he is a great third guard and, frankly, could be a starter for at least a couple teams out there in the NFL. He's not Zack Martin. The offense has to be a little bit different if they don't have Zack Martin out there. That's just the reality for the Dallas Cowboys. So I want you to be honest with this question. What is the percent chance that Zack Martin actually ends up playing in Week 1? I think it's lower. I think you're talking 5-10% at best. But I still want to hear from you guys, the ever optimists. Get your votes in for me right now in the comments section. Let's take a look now at the Cowboys injury report, and thankfully, for the most part, it's in pretty good shape. The Cowboys have had almost full participation across the board from the players on the injury report right now, including Terrell Basham, working his way back from his ankle injury. Lael Collins, the big one. More on him in a minute with his neck stinger issue. Chauncey Golston, the sudden switch from being a pupless candidate to being active, maybe even for Week 1 now. Full go with his hamstring issue. So too is special teams gunner C.J. Goodwin. Ty Nsekhe has been a limited participant due to a foot injury, but seems like he's going to be fine for Week 1. That one is one to monitor throughout the season. Dak Prescott, a full 100% go, as is Donovan Wilson with his groin issue. I want to go back now to Lael Collins. This is the injury that has concerned me the most because it involves the neck-shoulder area. We've been through it with Tyron Smith. The stinger issues don't always go away like that. In fact, this is the second time it's popped up for Lael Collins. As a gambling man, I would bet it reappears again later on this season. But for now, it appears he's good to go for Week 1. And thank God, because I did not want to have Ty Nsekhe or Terrence Steele starting against the Bucs. Shaq Barrett and Jason Pierre-Paul, those are two great pass rushers. I want Lael Collins out there. Speaking of Collins, and again, I want you guys to be honest here for me, how many games do you think La'el Collins will end up playing this season? Get your votes and predictions, I should say, in the comments section. Let's go to Dak now, and more good news on this front. I had suspected this was going to be he's going to be on a pitch count, in some of the practice stuff. Not the case for Dak Prescott. He has been a full participant, a full go, no restrictions whatsoever, which means the Cowboys actually were telling the truth after the initial lie about 2 to 3 days about Dak Prescott's injury. He is good to go. And the Cowboys played it super cautious because remember, 17-week season. Bye is kind of early on this year. They want to have him good to go and fully 100% as close as possible, given the way injuries add up over the year in the back end of the season. But Dak is all set. The same is true with Donovan Wilson. A sore groin last week. The Cowboys said it was minor. And as long as it does not reappear and show its ugly head again during the season, it appears once again. The Cowboys were actually being honest. I like that after being lied to for years by the Cowboys with various injuries. He was a full participant just like everybody not named Ty Nsekhe. That is a very good sign for the Cowboys because they need Donovan Wilson back there. They need him to be the impact playmaker that we saw in the 2020 season. It also means, with Chauncey Golston, Terrell Basham being good to go, that the Cowboys' edge rushing group is at least deep in terms of numbers. DeMarcus Lawrence, Randy Gregory are going to lead the way. Basham and Armstrong will get rotation reps. We'll see about Chauncey Golston. I wouldn't be surprised if they do activate 6 editors, which might be a bit too much. I wonder if Azur Kamara would actually get the nod over Bradley and I on the game day active roster, simply due to his special teams ability. Today's show is helped out by Magic Spoon. If you're like me and you need some help trying to cut that extra 5 or 10 pounds from your dad bod, eat healthy and delicious cereal from our friends over at Magic Spoon. You can get $5 off your first order when you head over to magicspoon.com/Cowboys. This cereal, it's high in protein, it's low in carbs, and despite tasting like it's chock full of sugar, there's actually none in it. So go get $5 off your first order of a box, or maybe 4, at magicspoon.com/Cowboys. That link, by the way, folks, will be in the comments section and in the description. Let's talk Jaylon Smith now. Is he fighting for his future? 4 stars on this one. A rather in-depth piece in Dallas Morning News. I'll condense down for you guys here. As we've mentioned before, Jaylon Smith fighting for snaps in the crowded linebacker room for the Dallas Cowboys. Now, he's scheduled to make $9.2 million next year. That is guaranteed for injury. And oh, by the way, the Cowboys have not been giving Smith special teams reps. That's interesting because most 3rd or 4th linebackers contribute on special teams. Now, Jaylon I will list as a starter in base packages. Might be more of a Parsons at strong side, Smith at Mike. But on nickel downs, I don't think you're going to see that much of Jaylon Smith. I know the tackle numbers have been great. But if you think Jaylon Smith has been good in coverage the past 2 years, you are looking through it with, at best, rose-colored glasses. At worst, you're just completely blind at this point. Jaylon Smith has regressed the past 2 years. And even though he was fine in the preseason, he slid the wrong way on this Cowboys depth chart. So I want you guys to objectively, as best we can, rank Jaylon Smith among the Dallas Cowboys linebackers right now. Get your votes in for me in the comments section. For me, it's Micah Parsons 1, Keanu Neal 2, especially since you're going to play so much nickel. Parsons, I don't think is going to come off the field very much. Keanu Neal, Leighton Vander Esch will get the 3rd down reps. Then I think it's Jaylon Smith and Jabril Cox at 5. And you might, I'm saying might, I hope it does not happen, but you might find a situation late in the year where Jalen Smith is clearly linebacker 4, and Jabril Cox has gotten better at practice, you might see a situation where the Cowboys go, you know what, we can't risk injury to Jalen and have his salary guarantee before March when we would be able to cut him post-June 1st, save all that money. You might see Jalen Smith, long shot here, be inactive down the stretch if he doesn't play better, which I hope he does in 2021. All right, a couple quick news items now here on the Dallas Cowboys. First up, Dak Prescott had his contract adjusted. Dallas took $6.25 million of his base salary, turned it into a signing bonus, spreads it out over 5 years. Voila, they save $5 million in cap space. This does not mean a move is coming. This is designed to help the Cowboys have some breathing room on the salary cap side right now because they've got a bunch of guys on injured reserve. They've had a bit tight of money, and if there's a big injury midseason, they want to have some spending money. It will roll over to next year, and that $34.45 million figure, the Cowboys almost assuredly will adjust it and push someone down in the future, which they should continue to do because that's what smart teams do. Kick the can down the road, spend your money while you are a contender like the Cowboys should be next season. Now, Dak is the heavy favorite right now to win Comeback Player of the Year, plus 150. Surprisingly high odds for Dak Prescott, more than Christian McCaffrey, Joe Burrow, Saquon Barkley, Jameis Winston, and I'll throw in Carson Wentz at plus 950 as well. I've already bet on Dak to win Comeback Player of the Year. If you want to get on board with me, turn your $10 into $15. Head over to chatsports.com/bet. Link right there, bottom of your screen. Then use promo code Cowboys125 for a 125% deposit bonus. Remember, folks, use that URL and use that promo code. It's Cowboys125, and it's chatsports.com/bet. All right, practice squad finalization, asterisks for now. Avante Collins has been the 17th player added to the Cowboys practice squad as the former TCU Vikings offensive lineman joins the list. There will be changes, though, as the Cowboys get players like Brandon Knight and Noah Brown and others back from the COVID list, and they bring guys back from IR. But for now, this is the 17-man roster for Dallas. Ben DiNucci, Jaquan Hardy, Nick Ralston, 2 tight ends, by the way, Ian Bunting and Jeremy Sprinkle, 2 receivers, Osiris Mitchell, Brandon Smith, offensive lineman Braylon Jones, Avante Collins, and the free 17th guy, thanks to the Player Pathway Program, Isaac Alarcon, 2 defensive tackles, Justin Hamilton, Austin Feloe, Breland Speaks, who was a bit of a surprise addition, 2 corners, Deontay Burton and Kyron Brown, and then safeties Tyler Coyle and Darian Thompson. For week 1, keep an eye out for Thompson and or Sprinkle being game day calls to help on special teams and at the depth position with tight ends since Sean McEwen is out for the first couple weeks of the season.